Bitcoin is right now dropping here to the downside, is trading here at $110,700. Also, the altcoins looking not that good on today's. We will have definitely talk about the next ETF inflows, total sentiment of the market, and many, many more. So definitely stick around till the very end. And let's first of all start here by seeing there are a lot of long positions get already liquidated. So we already see here today in the last 4 hours already 250 million position got liquidated here in the whole crypto market, especially. Also, when we have a quite look on the liquidation heat map, let us refresh this quickly here. As you can see here, Bitcoin was dropping to the downside and grabbed all the liquidity to the downside. Here was the big liquidity zone in direction of $111,300, and we already talked exactly about this level on yesterday's video. So as soon this level gets broken, we could potentially get here into lower levels by creating here a lower low, and this is exactly what we are kind of facing right now. There are a few crucial levels here right now on Bitcoin. We definitely have a look at it, but when we go back here to the 2-weekly chart, we can also clearly see there is building up a little bit more liquidity to the upside. So here, beginning at $115,900 till $117,800, this kind of liquidity zone is here fully staked. So the main direction should be first of all to the upside. But especially when we are also looking here what is happening in the market right now, we also see insider crypto whale is now up here $7.9 million here on his short position. This is also what makes me a very, very bad feeling right now about the whole crypto market. So especially when we are going here now to the Bitcoin chart, Bitcoin is right now getting here a little bit of support in, but is also basically the last support level we have to hold here right now. So this level definitely have to hold. Otherwise, if this level will get broken to the downside, we would make a lower low, and it means exactly we can potentially also see a wick fill here down below to $102,200. As on many altcoins, they also have a big wick to the downside. It makes no sense to talk a little bit more about altcoins because as you can see here right now on the crypto bubbles, the altcoin performing here quite very bad on the daily chart, even also on the weekly chart. The altcoin was hammering down in the last couple of days. So we have to wait first of all if Bitcoin is here getting a little bit more stable. Yesterday it was exactly looking that we are breaking here to the upside, but we was rejected on the 50 moving average here. If we pull our indicators here in it right now, we can see we got rejected on the 50 moving average here on the daily chart. And also on the 15-minute chart right now, we also get here the bearish cross here to the downside, which means also our main indicators are now in top of us. So at least we have to switch here the 50 moving average to the upside very, very soon. 50 moving average is right now at $112,600. So in a couple of hours, the US market will also open. So this is the next key level here for Bitcoin. We pointed out it many, many times before that this level, $112,500, needs to be broken. As soon this level gets broken, we could potentially see a next run up to the upside. This is exactly what we saw here on Sunday afternoon. As soon as we broke this level to the upside, we get here a massive move to the upside. Exactly the same what we don't want to see right now, especially here on the 50-minute chart. It looks like we could potentially getting a short confirmation on the 50-minute chart in, would potentially give us here lowered price targets at the 200 moving average on the daily chart, or even also lower to fill our wick. And especially when we're going here on the daily chart, we can see it even more clearer. And when we're getting here on the daily chart, you can see it very clearly right now here. So a huge big red candle today. So we was rejected here on the 50 moving average, came a little bit more down, retesting now on our uptrend to the upside. And for this uptrend needs to be held here very, very strong. So if our supported uptrend line will see a break of a daily candle and the close of a daily candle below this level, we should be here in very, very trouble. So this is not what we want to see here right now, because then we can potentially also see, especially on the daily chart, a short confirmation, and the short confirmation give us definitely the possibility to fill our wick here to the downside in direction of $102,000. So there are some key resistance and also support level down below. Important line, as I mentioned already, don't make here a lower low. This green box needs to be held. If the daily chart is closing right now, it's not that bad at all, but we don't want to see a daily close below our support line to the upside. Also, when we have a quick look on the economic data, today we have Jerome Powell speaking about it. So in a couple of hours, also Jerome Powell will hold a speech here. So it's also gets here a little bit more volatility in the market. Tomorrow, CPI data coming out, PPI data on Thursday, and on Friday, non-farm payment rates and also unemployment rates. So there is a lot of volatility come in the market. Even also when we have a quick look on the Nasdaq is here dropping more to the downside. Is on the way to fill here this imbalance to the downside. There could be potentially one more likely scenario that we're getting a rollover. So also here seems like getting a short confirmation here on the Nasdaq would potentially give us here one more leg to the downside. If it's Nasdaq and if the Nasdaq is follow through to the downside, expect also Bitcoin getting here a little bit more continuation to the downside. So for today, we definitely need to hold this downwards support line here. So get soon as possible here in top of 112,500 US dollars and building something like a huge W pattern right now. So I want to see here definitely something like this W pattern. And again, as soon we're getting here over our 50 moving average on the daily chart, even only then we can say we are out of the trouble and can continue here to the upside. It even also makes sense that we are potentially here getting here a little bit more sideways before we're getting here one more leg to the downside. So if yesterday we go straight to the upside, it was not very healthy to break here this support line or this resistance line to the upside. So it means also it makes a little bit more sense time-wise in middle of October, end of October, see the breakout here to the upside. And here we can also clearly see if we are breaking here to the upside, our W pattern in direction of kind of the 50 moving average. So neckline is here at 115,300 US dollars. Price target would be around 121,800 US dollars. And this means also we would break here our resistance line to the upside. This is a potential trade scenario we could get here in the market. A quick update also on my trades. As you can see here right now, I was stopped out at all my trades, kind of like a little bit in profit. So my Bitcoin position was stopped out like break even. Also my Solana position a little bit in profit and also Ethereum a little bit in profit. I'm still waiting here to get here in a new entry, especially on the altcoins. For Bitcoin, I'm waiting here to get here a little bit more sideways move and a little bit more support coming in the lower side. As soon we are getting here the breakout of 112,300 US dollars, I will also looking here for a new long position on Bitcoin and trade this all the way up in direction of 122,000 US dollars. If you're right now looking for a cheap exchange, just go in the video description. There you'll find a link also here to BitUnix. You get there 20% deposit bonus and also the VIP trading level. So definitely make use of this chance. Otherwise, that's all from the video today. Makes no sense to talk a little bit more about altcoins because the altcoins are bleeding like crazy. Got also a massive hit here. Even we see it here on Solana, massive hit here on Solana, not able to get here over the 50 moving average on the daily chart. So as soon we are getting here also a little bit more stable moved here on Bitcoin, a little bit more correction to the upside, we can also talk a little bit more about altcoins. Otherwise, main focus here right now on Bitcoin, getting here into higher levels in top of 112,500 US dollars. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and then we see in the next update video tomorrow.